I think my fatal flaw is knowing that they mow the lawn at our apartment building on Tuesdays and still waiting until Tuesdays to film and then complaining about the fact that I have to work around the sounds of lawnmowers. Hello everybody, my name is Danny and welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you the mid-year book freakout tag, which is one of my favorite tag videos. I've always loved watching my favorite YouTubers do this tag every year, and now that I myself am a YouTuber, I can do it. So, don't really have much else to say, let's get to talking about some books. So the first question is, what is the best book that you've read so far this year? For that, I have to say Odin's Child by Siri Petterson. It just has phenomenal writing, and honestly, if I didn't know this was translated, I wouldn't have been able to tell. Usually translated books, at least the ones that I've read, have like some kind of strange phrasing sometimes, or like the dialogue doesn't quite make sense. But honestly, this book, the writing is just absolutely amazing. It's an amazing fantasy world that I just love, and I'm just completely obsessed with it. Besides that, I would say Jujutsu Kaisen, because I just fell in love with it from the very moment I started watching the show and then reading the manga, and so I will link my top 5 favorite anime videos that I did, because I go into a little bit more detail there if you're interested. Question number 2 is, what is the best sequel that you've read so far this year? And for that, I'm going to say The Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan. Honestly, I haven't really read many sequels outside of manga, and so this is a little bit of a default answer, but also it's Rick Riordan, and I love everything that man writes, so it's not like I'm choosing a book I didn't like because it was the only sequel I read. I still absolutely adored it. Question number 3 is, what is a new release that you're excited to read but haven't gotten to yet? And for that, when I scripted this, I originally said that my answer was The Witch King, which I was currently reading, and then the next book I would pick up would be Blood Like Magic, but I have since finished The Witch King, and I gave it a 5 out of 5. It was so good, and now I'm currently reading Blood Like Magic. Question 4 is, what books are you excited for, your most anticipated releases in the second half of the year? And for that, I have to say The Rot, which is the second book in the Raven Rings series, so the sequel to Odin's Child, and also Kith and Kin, which is the Vox Machina book about Vex and Vax, two of my favorite characters from Critical Role Campaign 1, and Wallace and I actually have a little bit of a secret project going on revolving around that book, so stay tuned in the upcoming months to hear more about that. Super exciting stuff. Question number 5 is, what is the biggest disappointment of your reads so far this year? And for that, I have to say XX. It had such a cool premise and so much promise, and then it just really fell flat, and I just didn't think it was good. Question 6 is, what is the biggest surprise? And for that, I'm going to say In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. And I really didn't expect to feel strongly about this book at all, but it really surprised me. It had some amazing descriptions and dialogue, and made me care about the characters way more than I thought I would. Question 7 is, what is a new favorite author of yours? Either a debut author or one that's just new to you this year. And for that, I'm going to say Siri Petterson, the author of the Raven Ring series, and also Gege Akutami, who wrote Jujutsu Kaisen. Question number 8 is, who is your newest fictional crush? And for that one, I'm going to say Gojo, because how could you not fall in love with this psychopathic, cocky bastard? He is just insane, and I love him. Question number 9 is, who is your newest favorite character? And for that, I'm going to go with a different Jujutsu Kaisen character, being Maki. And she's just an absolute queen, and I wish I could be as cool as she is. She's absolutely amazing. Question number 10 is, what is a book that has made you cry? For that, I'm going to say My Hero Academia Volume 27. And all I'm going to say about that is that Twice and Hawks, the two characters on the cover of that volume, are two of my favorite characters in the entire series. So, if you know, you know. Question 11 is, what is a book that made you happy? And I'm going to say The Life-Changing Manga of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. and at the risk of sounding cheesy, this book definitely sparked joy. Question number 12 is, what is the most beautiful book that you've bought or received so far this year? And my answer for that is actually 3 books, and I'm going to go with Attack of the 50-Foot Wallflower. There go the lawnmowers, but I'm going to keep going because I just love the purple and blue and pink of this cover, and along the same lines, Blood Like Magic. This is just the dust jacket because I'm currently reading it. And going with a different color scheme, I also really love the cover of The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones. And I am so sorry for the lawnmower in the background, but I'm so close to finishing filming this video, and so I'm just gonna keep going and hope that the background noise isn't too bad. So the final question for this is, what books do you still need to read by the end of the year? And for that, I just have a few left from my 21 books I want to read in 2021 video, and they are books 2 through 4 in the Inheritance cycle. The other books that I own that are in Italian that I haven't read yet, I've only read one of the planned 4. Italian Folktales by Italo Calvino, If on a Winter's Night a Traveler, also by Italo Calvino, and then Little Women. Surprisingly, I've read all the other ones on my list so far. I have no one specific in mind to tag for this video, but if you'd like to do it, please do, and let me know because I'd love to watch it. So that is all from me. If you enjoyed this video despite the lawnmower noises, please give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!